Hey, what's up, Lightbolt Joe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2009 comedy drama film, Madea Goes to Jail. So this is the direct sequel of the Madea character from 2008's Meet the Browns. Cora is back, Mr. Brown is back. And so at the end of that film, Madea is arrested for a high-speed chase, through Atlanta. So we start out with the high-speed chase. She's brought before the judge. Tyler Perry plays Madea, he plays Joe, and he plays his character Brian. So Brian is the lawyer of the family. He is Joe's son. And so he is at the courthouse with Madea, and since the officers never read her Miranda rights, therefore she has to be let go, but she's sentenced to anger management sessions. So there's the Madea story of this, but then there's also the Candy and Joshua story of this. Candy is a prostitute who is at the court right before Madea is being not sentenced, well, sentenced to anger management. There you go. And so Joshua is an assistant district attorney. He's engaged to the district attorney. And so he has history with Candy. So he bails her out of jail for the $1,500, tries to help her. Viola Davis plays this awesome minister character in this, Ellen. And so it's really cool watching these films from so long ago. And it's weird saying 2008, 2009 were so long ago, because in 2008 we had Angela Bassett as the main character within that Meet the Browns story, visiting Atlanta from Chicago, where Sofia Vergara plays his character Cheryl. And Angela Bassett's just such an amazing, strong actress, right? And you have these amazing monologue moments with Angela in Meet the Browns. You have an amazing monologue for Viola Davis when the last third of the film, when Madea and Candy's stories cross over, and they both do wind up in jail together. Ellen, played by Viola Davis, is in front of a podium talking to this group in regards to not so much a true ministry, but more of it in regards to forgiveness kind of a thing. And has an amazing monologue, which I want to use for future projects. It's just really great. I've never seen this full movie in its entirety, so it's nice to sit down and watch it. Very hard in the drama aspects. The Joshua Candy backstory, Joshua's fiance, the district attorney, is padding that case. That way she's sentenced to more years, falsifying evidence, fraud, stuff like that. So very interesting. It's very interesting how it's all put together. It's very interesting having the comedic Madea moments, her facing off Dr. Phil in the anger management sessions, Judge Mathis, being the one to finally sentence her to 5 to 10 years despite lack of evidence, things of that nature, right? So it's very interesting having the crossover come together. Sofia Vergara plays another character called Titi in this, who's a serial killer that Madea is bunking with in jail. She has the same cellmate. So it's cool having her play one character in 2008 and a different character in 2009. Completely different characters. Very neat having the same blood thrown in. It reminded me of what Happy Madison does with all the Adam Sandler projects, that he has the same actors and actresses just play different roles, but they're all together again. So it was nice seeing Sofia Vergara in another Tyler Perry project, playing Cheryl in 2008's Meet the Browns, and playing TT in 2009's Madea Goes to Jail. So I really like that this was a direct sequel of that. Madea films by themselves can be standalone films. So it was nice at the end of this film having a nice conclusion to Candy's story, to Medea's story of getting out of jail because of the falsifying evidence or something like that, and the district attorney is now being prosecuted, etc. Right? So it was a nice wrap up on that. Madea films can be their own standalone films, but they all are the same canonical story. So we get that Medea's date of birth, Mabel Simmons, is born April 26, 1962. So in 2000, I don't know what, 5, 6, in the 2006 family reunion film, she says she's like 60-something years old. She's not 60-something years old. If she was born in 62 and that came out in 2006, she was 40-something years old. But we're going to leave that aside. We're going to leave it aside because Mabel is always playing a 60 going on 70-year-old woman, right? It's just the Madea character. And it's fine. It works. But I like that 2008 to 2009 film, Meet the Browns to Madea Goes to Jail, is a continuation. It's a sequel. The events in that led to the events in this. Not many other Madea films lead from event to event. Aside from the Halloween films, the Boo of Madea Halloween and Boo 2 of Madea Halloween, those are direct sequel films as well. But everything else is kind of their own standalone film, which is fine and it's great, and it's like you're watching episodes of stuff, but it's neat. Again, this movie was based on a play, Tyler Perry's Madea Goes to Jail, a play, the play. So it's neat having the translation. It's neat having the crossover event happen. It's nice having the two different stories, the very dramatic story and the very comedic story, coexist and then smoosh and then end. Very neat. I like the smooshing. The smooshing was good. Madea Goes to Jail, 2009 comedy film. We got one more Madea film, and then we've watched all 11 or 12 Madea films. I can't remember. We'll have to count one day. It's been a lot. Been a lot. We got one more left on our docket, and we're good to go. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.